All right, cool. Mic check. Mic checky check. Nice, nice. Let me see. Let me double check. Everything looks good. Let's go. Friday stream. We are active. I don't know, guys. This CPI move so far has been very, very pathetic. Let's see if we get that late market rally. I want to check the news real fast, see if there's anything else. Nope, I'm not seeing anything else on the news today. Crypto still struggling. Large move lower, followed by a slow move higher, and then you're gonna get another large move lower. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. It's like we may be forced to buy today when you look at how price has been shaping up, right? If I'm buying, I'm gonna be at half risk, and hopefully we can catch a clean short. But when you look at the profile, right? Let's take a look here at the profile. What profile are we at? 30-minute chart here. MNQ, 35. Good. All right. So when I look at how price is shaping up, get rid of those indicators. Cool. So looking at price, right? The first thing that comes to mind is on the daily chart, we have very, very clean. Monday, we manipulate into this bearish gap here, right? Tuesday, we consolidate inside of Monday. Wednesday, we sweep the high. Thursday, we distribute. And on this distribution candle, I'm looking to see where was there any imbalances. All right, so we have this 4-hour imbalance, 2-hour imbalance, and a 1-hour imbalance as well. So naturally, I'm thinking that price should be able to trade back into here because Friday typically gives you a rebalancing move before going lower. All right. And then you have this daily candle. If we just look at the previous day's range, this fair value gap is going to line up perfectly with 50% of the range right now. So naturally, I'm like, all right, logically, I could see price pushing back up into that area. But as always, it starts with the same sequence. If we're really going to show a bottom here, this is where you're looking at the session low. We have London low being swept. We push up, make a new high off of that London low. If price wants to go bullish, this is where it would happen. So when I zoom down and I say, all right, what's going on here? We have this bearish candle close, but we have this base right here that's holding up. All right, so we have down close candle, up close, and notice we were not able to get through this candle here. So this gets my attention right away for a bullish area of interest. So that's my bias, right? Naturally, I'm going to be like, all right, price is probably going to be bullish. We swept out Asia low, London low, break structure higher. We still have Asia high. We have New York PM session highs. We have this 4-hour fair value gap sitting up above here. So I'm like, all right, let's see if we can try and make this play to go higher. So I'm looking at this area here. Let's see if price can maintain this green level here. If so, then I'm going to look for this move right here. Back up towards this Asia high. So far it looks good. We got this 930 open. We drive lower, right? So if I go down to the 1 minute, we should see a drive lower. And then we should see some sort of market structure shift. So let's see here. I don't really like the shift here. There's no real, right? Anytime you see price make a high, you want to see it take out something that made a low. So did we make a low here? I guess we did. Yes, didn't. Right, you see this push up, pull down, sweep the low, and then makes a new high. That's a decent shift on NASDAQ. ES, on the other hand, I guess we do. Yeah, we do drive lower first and then make a new high. Nice. So what you're looking for now is how does price respond here? Let's zoom in on NASDAQ because NASDAQ is typically a lot cleaner these days. ES has been a scam. All right. So what I'm thinking is 9:30 opens, sweeps into here, makes a new high. And when I'm looking over here, I see a couple 1 minute order blocks in here. I don't want to see price get under here. If so, I'll just wait. So now we're chilling. I want to see if price can maintain this yellow zone here. It looks solid so far, but these wicks need to show me some closures back above this yellow box. If not, we're chilling. Bearish candle close, right? Yeah, bearish candle close. But we have resistance at the lower end here. So let's see. Okay, yeah, now we're getting that pressure. This looks like it's going to keep going lower here. Uh-oh. More wick activity. Do we have any 30-minute fair value gaps down here? No. Wow. So yeah, let's give this a little bit more time to figure out what it wants to do here. Actually, when I look at it from this point of view, this looks like it could be a short as well. So we have this up close candle inside of that 30-minute bearish zone here. Now that we're breaking that bullish profile, I want to know how price responds. We push into it, break structure beautifully. All right, there we go. So yeah, with this breaking structure, all right, nice. So yeah, I think I want to start thinking about a short here. We have bearish candle close, push up into it, make a new low. Once we make that low, I want to see price push up into this area here. This is my new continuation zone here. Push up into here. Boom, takes the low, pushes back into it. Yeah, this is looking very, very bearish here. 65-point stop. 1.5 R. All right, yeah, that looks clean. Taps into it. Taps into it. Break structure. Wait, where? Yeah, break structure. Pulls back into here. Yeah, this looks bearish, kid. So if I can get a feel around here. Oh my goodness, don't run away. What's ES doing? Is it behind? Can we catch it? Uh-oh. Looks like I might have missed this one. Wow. I might have missed this one. Well, not necessarily. When I see price push into here, we make this low, push into here. Yeah, I want to see price close through this wick right here. So this candle right here was the perfect entry, and you see how fast that was. So All right, so I'm thinking of shorting this here. Bearish closure, tap into it, flip this low, push into that original order block. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this is where you want to see. And if I go into this, oh yeah, this is gonna run, bro. How is this so bearish? I hate this type of stuff, bro. I genuinely do. I genuinely hate these types of moves. Because it seems like when you're in a trade, it never wants to just go. Rarely do you get in trades and they just run straight to your target. But it always seems like when you're trying to get in, you know, when you try to get in, it just continues run. Yeah, this is moving a little bit too fast for me, especially on a day where there's CPI news, which was very, very bullish. You know what I mean? We have really good CPI data on the table. CPI fails to go higher, which is fine, but I don't expect price to be this weak, bro. It's looking like some sort of scam activity. Maybe we wanted to sweep out these lows here. And then now price could try some weird stuff right now. Let's see here. But what gets my attention is how price breaks structure. I feel like I would be a sitting duck if I tried to short this now. Let's go to the 5 minute. We got this 5 minute closure. Where's the 10 minute rejecting at here? This level right here should hold. Trash, bro. All right, and you see this massive eruption higher. Get out of here, bro. Something's not right, guys. I'm looking at it from very, very standard approach. If we're bearish, we want to see the same type of reaction here. 930 opens, drives into a bearish area, breaks structure, retest that original order block, which is this yellow zone here, right? And with that retest, I want to see price offer a closure through, right? So this is where you would get that closure through. Now watch price just rip through everything bearish here. If we see some decent rejection on like the 5 minute, maybe I'll give this a jab on the short. But I don't like how fast price ran away here. Sweeps out these pre-market lows. Right, this is a pre-market low. Sweeps it out. All right, so let's see how these 5 minute candles start printing in this area, because we could easily rip through all of this, bro. Scam activity. Beware of the scam activity, guys. Boom, 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 boom. Good patience so far. I really wanted a short here, but the speed throws me off, bro. When price pretends that it's just in such a hurry, that's a red flag for me. I've been trading long enough to know that price is either gonna give you a clean entry or it's gonna try to make you think it's going one way and take your money. So now when I look over here and I say, all right, what's my game plan now? I think we start pushing back towards that imbalance, pushing back towards this liquidity up above. And there it is, right? See how stupid it is? Price is evil, bro. Nothing short of evil. It does everything it can to try and steal your money instead of just going where it's supposed to be, doing what it's supposed to do, It goes out of its way to try to stop people out because I'm sure a lot of people were buying. If you look at the CPI data, CPI was very, very bullish. This should have been easily bullish. Instead, the market decides, oh, well, there's a lot of people buying, I suppose, so let's go ahead and steal their money before we go higher, guys. It's the right thing to do, right? Look at this. Look at these numbers. We are lower than every forecast, which is good for inflation. And now we're starting to see that bullishness at 945. Get out of here, bro. It's a scam, kid. Yeah, so we're going to end up bullish if you ask me. But the catch is, where do you get involved? Where do you get involved? I definitely want to see a 10-minute close through this level here. This black line here. If we can get a 10-minute closure through there, that'll be the first signs of higher. There we go. 2 minutes left. So let's let this candle close. And I'm also going to let this 30-minute candle print as well. So I'm going to chill here because clearly price is being ridiculous right now. Good call being patient here because that short was, first it was the buy, right? I wanted to see if this level could hold. Then we take out this level and climb right back above it. Notice we're using this black line as support now. Price doesn't even want to close a 1-minute candle underneath it. So I think we're going to start seeing higher prices here. I think we should see higher prices here, guys. Just like that, price is ripping. Bro, this is such a scam, bro. I really wish I could understand why it has to be so dirty. It's one thing to be like complicated, but then there's complicated and then there's pure manipulation, like pure dirty price action. This is dirty, bro. Why not manipulate when the news comes out, wick down in here, take out this like it normally does, and then rip. Instead, today it makes sure to lollygag for literally an hour and a half, take out the lows, and then not only does it take out the lows, it doesn't give you a chance to buy down here. The first candle after it takes the low is, how many points is this? First candle is 100 points. Like, get out of here, bro. But as I mentioned, notice how price is holding this level. It looks like we're going to close a 10-minute candle above it. Yes, we are. That's going to be my first sign of strength if we can close above it here. Uh-oh. ES falling back underneath it. 20 seconds left. I will essentially step away here and wait for this 30-minute candle to close here. And I like these highs up here, man. Oh, look at that rejection. Oh my goodness. Let's see if price can make its way up into this area. If we can't break that level, that black line here, it's going to go right back lower. But I'm anticipating just a Friday recovery, just so people don't panic going into the weekend. But we did just slam right off of this level, bro. Crazy. I'm gonna let this unfold a little bit more. I don't want to get chopped up in here. Very, very tight range right now. But this is the second time we've broken structure from this low. We swept this low earlier, made a new high, pull back to the low again, make another high. So let's chill here and see what happens. All right, here we go. So we get this closure here. 10 a.m. is officially open. And how I'm looking at this is we have multiple chances to respect here to continue lower. Instead, we get this sweep and then we break the highs. And now we're maintaining this down close candle right here. So this is what I'm looking at. It's going to be this bullish profile here, down close candle, close through it, pull back into it. And I'm looking for a market structure shift here. So I want to see price take out something that makes a low. There we go. We make a low here. I want to see price break this high. All right. Once this high is broken, that's going to start opening the door for a bullish trade idea. So once again, first sell signal works out, but you got to be careful because these lows right here could be the turning point. And that's looking like what's going to happen. That looks like what is shaping up here. And with that close, this wick here immediately takes this high, pulls back. We want to see this level hold here. If this level can hold, that will be pretty solid. The one thing I will say is this candle closes bearish. But what do you notice about this bearish candle close? Price doesn't close through any bullish candle. So this looks like a fake bearish candle to me. Right? We closed bearish, but it didn't break anything bullish. Every single bullish part of this bearish candle is holding up. So I would say that this is pointing towards higher. I call it a ghost candle. That's the name I settled on. When you see a higher time frame candle close bearish, but when you look down in the structure and you say, well, none of this structure is actually bearish, I call it a ghost candle just for fun. But I'm anticipating that this candle end up being the reason why price flipped bullish, right? So let's see if we can make this new high here. Check on ES. All right, yeah, you want to see price take out a level that makes a low. That's how you know it's truly a break of structure. And you see this low being made here. Perfect timing. All right, down close candle holds perfectly. All right. So it's going to be something like this. Let me go ahead and get ready here. This looks like it's going to be a slow and bullish type of delivery. So all I'm looking for is a drive back up to London high, Asia high. London high is already taken, sorry. So Asia high, New York PM high, and then we have that Monday low that correlates with this 4-hour imbalance here. And this is where I'm expecting price to draw towards, ideally. But we also have to be careful because this volume looks atrocious. Like, it looks terrible. Price is stuck in the range. 8:30 CPI news. How is this even possible? I can't remember the last time I saw CPI look so lethargic, right? So don't want to get my expectations up just reading what price is telling me instead of hoping, right? You hope that price would break out and start trending, but so far it doesn't look like it wants to. Notice this level here still holding, which if we get another bearish market structure shift, I'll be looking to short. All right, so I'm looking for something to make a high here. Say we take out these highs and then we fail, break structure lower, I'll be looking for shorts. But at the moment, this profile looks pretty bullish. We had one ROC sell signal here. Yeah, one ROC sell signal here, which played out beautifully, but notice how price responded to these pre-market lows and these overnight lows. We sweep it, immediately correct bullish. So that could be our hint that price not isn't really bearish, you know. Only time will tell here. Time will tell. I'll be on stream until 12 o'clock today. Boom, 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 boom. Crazy slow price action. I don't know if I really want to waste my energy on this. Makes you wonder, right? Like, why would price just be so lazy today? Overnight session was pretty choppy. Come on, mister. Pick up the speed here. What's crypto up to today? There you go. Show some life. Pushing to that previous daily high over here on Ethereum. Bitcoin should be next. Let's take a look at the structure inside of this candle here. From 9:30 up until 10. What do you see? I see the same profile, right? I see down closed candles being respected. I see this is a genuine bullish candle, right? This is what I mean by bullish structure. If we close bullish on a 30-minute, I would want to see price take out bearish pressure in order to close bullish. That way I know it's not a ghost candle. Here, this looks excellent. Any drive back into here pretty much should give you an opportunity for higher. Boom, boom. Yeah, so we're chilling, man. There we go. Starting to accumulate orders to go higher. Not sure why this is taking so long, but I guess it's only 10:08 when you really look at the bigger picture. It's only been 8 minutes into this new 4-hour candle. And the 4-hour candle opens up right inside of that bullish pressure, and it's respecting it nicely. Looks like we're going to finally get that break of this short-term high here. There we go. There goes ES breaking that high. Here goes NASDAQ breaking that high. Which one's stronger today? You want to make sure you're buying the stronger one for sure. So how I determine which one's stronger, I simply go to 9:30, clear up my chart, look at this 9:30 opening candle. Which one was the strongest? Looks like they're pretty much equal. But when you look at this next 15 minutes of the 9:30 open here, you see that NASDAQ is slightly stronger. So I'll be looking to trade NASDAQ. Very simple. All right, cool. So now with this break higher, excellent. I want to see price pull back into this level here. So you see this accumulation level, right? You see price battling to go up or down right before taking this high. That's my area of interest. That would be my area of interest. All right. So same protocol that we saw on the short, drive into a bearish area, break structure, pull back, and continue. Here we go. I want to see a pullback here. I'm going to actually start drawing up a trade idea. See how many contracts I want to use here. And I'm going to keep my eyes on the lookout for a potential fake out as well. So ES not pulling back to the area for whatever reason. That's strange. NASDAQ barely tapping this area. Oh my goodness. I think it's going to try to run here, guys. Yeah, it's going to try to run here. And the reason I say that is because if you notice this 10-minute level here, remember I said if we close through it, that's going to be my cue for higher. Notice what just happened. We drive back into it and it's very sensitive. Price immediately responds off of it. It's going to make it tough, bro, but I'm going to have to take a jab at this. Stop underneath this last drive here. First jab at the longs is loading. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. 1.5 R. So 60 point stop. 60 point stop here would be 4 micros. So I'll go 2 micros. As we mentioned, anytime we buy going forward, it will be half risk because buying is a scam lately. So I'm going to buy that there. Oh, come on, kid. And I'm in at 24,824. Yeah, P. $24,824. Yep. And oh wait, let me put a stop in here. I'll go like 70 points on the stop. Below that wick, below that black line. That's there. And I'm prepared to take a couple stabs at this, but no more than 2 stabs at this. Maybe like 500 actually. So I'm looking for this level right here to hold. 24,824, yeah. 2 micro. And I got a 70 point stop actually would be 4, yeah. 70 points too, yeah, perfect. Perfect. 70 point stop. And I'm looking for 100 points will be fine. All right, cool. So as I mentioned, this is a slightly premature entry just based on this reaction off of this black line. And then I'm also understanding that if price wanted to retest this area down here, you're looking for that break of structure, you're looking for that last down close candle here, which ES never hit, right? But I'm prepared to re-enter if price breaks this EMA and breaks this black line, so be it, right? But the same idea is pretty clear. The bias is pretty clear at this point. I'm looking for a decent continuation higher. And then, like I mentioned, we already tapped into this yellow zone once on NASDAQ. And there goes first stop right there. So now, because it looks like ES wanted to jab into here now, so now I'm just going to be watching how price responds here for my second entry, and then that'll be my last idea. watching this closely here. We drive right back into that area of interest. I need to see a closure through this candle here for that continuation profile. And then that'll wrap it up for me. All right, so we had break a structure higher, excellent. We had pullback into this area here, excellent. Boom, boom, boom. Am I crazy, bro? Or is this candle like... All right, there we go. Tight stops. If price fails to break this high right here and we end up closing through here, that's going to be failure protocol, and I'm going to short it. Notice we're starting to reject this EMA now. We're rejecting this black line, which could be bearish, or it could just be another waste of time protocol where price is just pretending to be bearish for as long as it can before flipping. But everything looks clean if you ask me. We had that 5-minute drive.
Say, look. See, it did it.
Yep, good job.
It was your hand. Yes.
If you can't tell, kids are out of school today, so. Oh, yeah. So, all right, we might get this short here. We might get this short here, kid. It just depends. I like this yellow zone here. Push lower, make the high. We got this down close candle, this down close candle. Yeah, I like this zone a lot here. A strong closure through here will pretty much flip my bias. Same thing here, right? Yep, push, down close candle before the high, yep. So this is all the bearish pressure that was presented before we were able to break structure. That's why I like this zone here. We had a move lower, we swept the low, push up, try to go lower, and instead we make a new high. This range right here is what you call your breaker, essentially. You got the low, the high, the low, the high. This short-term low right here, if you're bullish, you anticipate it to hold because it becomes your lower high, right? You got your low, your high, your lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. That's what a bullish sequence would look like. If we're bearish, you'll see price go low, high, low, lower high. Notice we have SMT up here. And if we break this here, I'm anticipating lower, especially with this SMT. Slight SMT, but definitely SMT. So I'm looking for price to start flipping these candles here. It can be any of these bearish candles. Just flip it, close strongly through it, and I'm going to be looking to buy once again.
Use this thing. Use this thing. Use this.
And I'm going to be in with a tight stop once again, about an 80-point stop. If I'm doing 80 points here, $250, so it's going to be like one contract. Oh, crap. There's no sweet spot. So it'll be, I'll go tighter stop here, like 275. So yeah, it'll be two contracts. All right, so I'm long there, and my fill is at pretty much 24,800. Stop going tight up under here. That's way more than I want to risk, bro. So, but I have to put it here. All right, so we got the move I was looking for. Now I'm just gonna look for this to move and trade back up into this gap here. All right, where is it? About what's the RR on that right there? If I have my stop here, 85-point stop. I'm looking for at least 1.5 R. We should hold this candle range right here. This down close candle should be the furthest price is able to go. And that's why my stop is underneath this swing low, pretty tight here. I want to see more speed back higher. And I'm looking for at least 1.5 R, but because it's so close to this session high, I'll go like 1.75, 1.7. That fair value gap, where is it? Okay, yeah, so the gap would be, we have these highs, yeah. I'm looking for these session highs here. That'll be it for me. We pushed into bearish territory. I'm sorry, we pushed into this bullish order block here, this yellow zone. We start flipping these bearish candles. I'm looking for these bearish candles to start serving as support now. So about an 85-point stop. And it's leeching here, kid. 80 points. What's the TP? The TP would be 145 points. So far, good move off of this down close candle. But essentially, you know, you want to just see price show that urgency because we've been wasting a lot of time in here. If we can't get that speed here at 10:23, it's almost 10:30, then it's fine. I'll wrap it up here, get off the charts ASAP. I've seen everything I wanted to see from this setup. But as I mentioned, the buys are a scam, so you can deal with way more chop on these buy moves. Way more chop than you would, you know, hope for. Very, very good move off of this down close candle. Specifically this one right here. Price pushed to the very extreme and then turns around. So like I mentioned, this could be way more choppy than you would hope for, but I'm actually gonna move my stop up to like this short-term low now because I don't have patience for the shenanigans, that's how you're supposed to be, right? You want to be very direct and firm with what you're expecting to see from price. That way you get the best risk to reward and you get the most out of your trade ideas. And then vice versa. If you're wrong, you can get out early and just walk away. But let's see if we can get some speed here. I'm going to zoom in on NASDAQ. Looking for about 1.8R. I'm looking for those overnight highs sitting inside of this 4-hour gap that were never mitigated. If I look at ES, it should be the same, but ES has a much further distance to go. The 4-hour fair value gap is way up here. So we should be able to see some decent momentum higher. I would anticipate. And then I can go ahead and remove this. That was from the sell. Here's your buy signal. Let's go ahead and put that on the chart. We got 2 buy signals, but the real buy signal is here. The first buy, like I said, I was taking it anticipating price was going to try to run off of this black line. We saw price pull back to the area of interest instead, which is this order block here. And now you're seeing the official ROC buy protocol. So let's see. See if we can get that follow through. And that'll be all she wrote for today. I don't even really want to watch this. I'll set some alerts here because the buys are probably going to be stressful to maintain. So I'll set an alert at this high here, this overnight high. Price could crash off of this level here. Let's set some alerts on ES as well. We got this session alert here. All right, cool. Now let's see what happens. I'll actually remove all of these indicators, remove drawings, and let's see if we can catch this continuation. Decent speed so far. I'm gonna walk away here. I have some alerts set, so we'll be following this as the alerts go off. I don't want to see price get down underneath here, so I'll set an alert down here as well. Well, I guess I don't need an alert. If it gets down here, it's probably gonna stop me out. So, but hopefully everything we were expecting, everything I drew up here makes sense to you guys. Drop a like on the stream if you guys are also bullish. Let me know what you guys are thinking here, man. And it's simple, like I said, simple process of elimination, bro. We saw the short here get very, there goes alert number 1 here. About 60 points in profit. But I'm looking for a lot more here today. About 140 points. And then, like I mentioned, we saw the sell signal get really clean delivery, but I did not like how fast price raced to these lows. And sure enough, what happens? Price takes the low and then immediately goes bullish. This was my first indication that price was going to go higher before lower. But the scary part with the buys is you don't know how high price is going to go. So you just have to draw up some sort of narrative, right? And give it a chance, right? If I'm right, price could take out this these equal highs sitting inside of this 4-hour gap. If I'm wrong, price literally can slam off of this overnight high right now and just go right back down and start chopping in this zone again. That's the catch with trading. You really don't know. If you're nervous or if you're afraid to hold trades, you can go break even. But as I mentioned, this year I will not be trading scared. I've seen enough price action to get a good idea of what I want to see. So I'll give that a chance every day and see how that plays out for me. Also, like I mentioned, we have that 50% of the range sitting right next to our TP, or right above our TP. So price could easily trade past my TP and hit that 50% level. So we'll see here, man. Decent read. Now we just need price to do its part here. And there we go. So I'll check back. Looks like ES is taking out that high now as well. All right, nice. So yeah, everything is going according to plan here. Now I just want to see that 4-hour gap get filled. And I'll check back on this in a few. But yeah, drop a like if you guys are bullish. Drop a like if you guys understand the game plan here. And drop a like if your session is going pretty well today. So far, so good. All right, and there we go. So this is gonna be about 100 and I could have went bigger, but like I said, until the buyers start showing me that these type of moves are consistent, I don't care to put much risk on these trades. The buys are way more sketchy, but about 100 points here, you can do whatever you want at this point. As I mentioned,
Actually, I think you guys will make a mess with the dinner.
all right. So at this point, I'm thinking just set your targets, let it play out. Let's look at ES. Did ES hit anything important so far? Nah. So there's nothing really going on here. Did we hit this high yet? No. So we're still waiting on these highs to hit. We just left a nice wick there. I would assume that we're going to take these highs. But we are inside of this 4-hour gap here, so. But we have CPI. CPI took forever. What I'll do is I'll just lower my risk. If it pulls back all the way down in here, then I only lose $100. And I'm putting my stop underneath this black line, which was a big part of my analysis. As you can see, price below this line failed to show real bearishness. We did at first. We slammed lower, but once we broke it, notice every time we got underneath this line, price refused to actually go lower. It just drove into here to go higher, drove into here to go higher. So I think that's fair play for a buy idea. I may even move this up to this Monday low because why not? We're already at this target and it's only 10:30. So we should see a blast through here. And I want to see ES take this high as well. ES is nowhere near it. So we'll see how that responds at this level here. Let me update VIP. Floating 100 points. And yeah, I'm gonna step away once again. This is probably the best buy scenario we could have asked for. I didn't expect this much speed. Otherwise, I would have went bigger on my contracts. But good job sticking to the rules. Good job playing what was given. And like I said, bro, I'm so ready to start hitting my stride. I'm so ready to just start catching good trade after good trade after good trade. But it's not on me, right? I've accepted that the market pretty much does whatever it wants to do. It's okay. I'll clean it up.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot this, put it in my notes. Targets are pretty much confirmed at this point. Price didn't choose to trade lower, so we should see higher for the rest of this session, at least until we take out this 24,939, 940 area. Screenshot this, download 5-minute. Make sure this is over here. So we are inside of this bearish gap, so I gotta be careful. But I don't think ES is traded inside of that gap yet. Yeah, no, it hasn't. So boom, boom, boom. It's officially 10:38 and we're still not at those targets yet. So I don't even care what happens on this trade. Like that's where I am at this point. Just let the trade go. Lately, price has been trading extremely well, so you shouldn't be too worried about anything. Just put a safe stop. Let me put my stop underneath a 10-minute level here. So I'm gonna put my stop back at like 200 bucks. Underneath these bodies here. And then screenshots for my notes. And I'm gonna go make some food. We had a bearish signal here. That's not the chart I want. I want this chart. Look at this rejection. This is what I mean by how trash the buys are. You never see this with shorts. If price is shorting, look at it. You get the babyest pullbacks and it just cruise controls for hours. Here you get the smallest buy move, 100-point buy move, and then it immediately price gives back. How much did it give back? I don't even know. I don't even care, bro. If this trades all the way back and stops me out, that's exactly why I'm trading buys the way I trade them. Low risk, extended target, let it play out. Who cares? And I think I got a 5-minute screenshot, but I want to, yeah, this one's better, right? You can see the bearish area of interest. You can see the bullish area of interest. You can see the buy signal. You can see the sell signal. They both end up taking liquidity. The sells take out the lows. The buys take out the highs. And it looks like maybe price is rejecting here for lower. I don't know. Maybe we just fill in this 5-minute gap here and turn. I couldn't tell you. But all I know is great trade idea, great bias. We did tap into that 4-hour gap here. So maybe that's enough to send price lower because price is super bearish. I don't know. We'll find out. This could literally turn all the way back around, or it could literally just free fall straight to new low of day. Beats me. Market does whatever it wants to do, right? So screenshot here. Beautiful move. This move gave 130 points. Maybe I was greedy, but at the same time, there's no such thing as greedy when you know what you're looking for. It's just being patient for it to actually happen. Got to change my my psyche for this year, guys, because those small one-to-one trades, they don't help your edge. You know what I mean? If you truly have an edge, you should be getting more than one-to-one. Risk to reward, right? Download this. Wait, let me zoom out. All right, yeah. So we got those session highs. Sell signal plays out. Buy signal plays out. Download. 1 minute chart. Download. So if this was TP, that's a 1.6 R. My stop was right. Yeah, my stop was up under here for 80 points. This is beautiful. 1.5 probably may be the best RR when you're buying, and then maybe like 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 when you're selling, just because you don't want to deal with this type of pullback. But buyers are pretty much non-existent these days. So, and then we have boom, 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 market structure, boom, boom, make sure everything is clear. Very clean, very, very clean buyers here. And then the 30-minute point of view is my last screenshot. Hide my drawings. We'll actually just take off this here. So take off all of this. Yeah, this is a great example of why I don't want to be buying long term. This is probably going to stop me out now. We got this EMA here. Last resort for support. All right, cool. Cool. Buddy, how do you finish dinner if it's breakfast? But why are you eating you ate your lunch, buddy? It's 10 o'clock. All right, whatever. Now you don't have food for later. All right, yeah, so 30-minute screenshot here. And that's going to wrap it up for me. I really don't know or care what's about to happen here, guys. But to be fair, you did have a chance to secure anything above. Like, this is unbelievable. Why would it even be way back here? Maybe there's a 30-minute gap, 15-minute gap, 10-minute gap. Nope, just a 5-minute fair value gap here. But yeah, so moving, let's see. Move stops to 747. That's tough. That's tough. If this actually pulls back underneath this level here, I'll laugh. Price just dropped back to break even. Wow. Exit. So let's look at the structure, right? Before I start giving up on this bullish idea, we have 1030 here. Oh yeah, this could end up dumping. We have this bullish pressure in the candle. We closed through it way too easy. Let me see here. I might. You can exit now. I'm out. What entry did we get? 800. Yeah, bro. I'm trying to think of how I would want to manage this for VIP. That's the only thing that's crossing my mind right now. Do I want to tell them to get out? I think, why not? We're about to close underneath here. It's about to dump. Oh man, why is it so trash? It's like, yeah, let me tell them to get out of here. It's gonna stop me out anyway. Move price to 20 points. How many points was my stop there? That really suck. All right. So what was my stop on that one? It was, there we go. And then I think I moved my stop. It was supposed to be 80 points. I had about an 80-point stop originally. So yeah, this is the trade originally. Here, I should be able to just do this. How far back will it let me go? Oh, come on, bro. There it is. All right. So yeah, this is the original trade. 80-point stop. We are literally right back into this same area. And price is pretending that it's gonna hold it. It's gonna rip through all of this. I just don't understand how price could be so weak and bullish at the same time. So yeah, just take some type of precaution, man. Hopefully you guys took some profit, not like me. Like I said, I cut my risk all the way down to 200 on this instead of 250, I want to say. So I'm chilling. I don't even mind. I'll be back at it Monday. And this is another prime example of why buying is just a dumb idea. It don't matter how you put it. Maybe I could have secured my 1.5 here. I definitely could have secured 1.5. Let me put that note somewhere. Do not target. Actually, maybe even 1R, bro. I don't even care. Just give me 1R on the buy. Half risk, 1R. For the rest of this quarter, I think I have to stick to that because the selling is just way too aggressive. Pullbacks that should be small are way bigger. Way bigger than they should be, right? So that's gonna wrap it up for me today. Next time I take a buy, please get in the chat and remind me in case I forget. But 1R, half risk for buys. Because this is absolutely pathetic. But at least it's consistent, right? At least every day we come into here, we know that the buys are not a good idea. VIP. I'm out early. If this level tries to hold, I will laugh. What's ES up to? Right back in the same area as well. If this level tries to hold, I will laugh so hard, kid. Like, what are you doing, bro? This is the definition of I'm not bearish, but I refuse to just give a clean buy. Back underneath this line. Let's see if the 10-minute candle closed. It did. 15-minute. Yeah, we're chilling. I won't trade this anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if this level tries to hold, but at the same time, I don't want to be a buyer. I just don't want to be a buyer. Bum, 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 bum. And look at that. Should I try to buy this again or what? I think I should, right? Watch this. I'm about to buy it again, kid. Buy it one more time. Target those ridiculous equal highs up there. Stop underneath here. If I get cooked here, I deserve it. If I get cooked here, I deserve it. Don't take this trade, guys. This is not A+. Bro, what are you up to, bro? Elijah, Tracy, what did he do with those chips?
Oh, he made a mistake.
Bro, I promise if you do it again, you're done. You're done. 85 point SL is still active. I got out early, but you can hold. I moved to BE now.
This time I did like a main mess.
Huh?
I did like a main mess.
He made a mess with the chip. Hold on. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much the vibes I'm getting here. It just looks like price is just a slow and steady move here because every time we drop underneath this level, price immediately flips back bullish. So maybe at this point, just don't move your stop. And VIP, you actually got very, very lucky. The first entry was at 79. Where is it? Wait, what was it? 7,800? Yeah. Where's 800? Literally. VIP, 85 point stop. You're still in this trade here. I would say just let it go at this point because it's just being stupid. It's not bearish. I don't know how it does this type of stuff, but look at this. Just look at it. Nothing about this tells you, oh, maybe we're going to go short. Only thing it's telling me is every time we drop in here, we respect everything bullish. So that's the only reason why I bought it again. If you are in VIP, you're fine. If you're watching the stream, like I said, some stuff is just stupid. I get back in here because I've been trading long enough to know that if we're bearish, we're going to rip through these levels. And so far, these levels just keep holding. So I'm just going to keep trying these buys here with low risk and hoping that we get that follow through. But to be real, guys, it's just buys are almost just not worth the energy. Because this could literally trade all the way back down in here and create stress for no reason. But hey, clone, as long as you're going low risk here, there's really no real stress. That's why I'm trading it the way I am.
Again.
Oh, here we go. 1 second. All right, so with 2 minutes left in this candle, let's see if this candle can actually close bullish. What about yes? Yeah, there's a good chance in the next 1 minute this could flip to be a bullish closure, and that would actually support. Yeah, let's get you see the 10-minute resistance in front of us, which is gonna be the same resistance this 30-minute candle is looking at here. I want to see this 10-minute candle close through this resistance, and then that could give us that next push higher. I really bro, I promise you guys, that's why I'm doing my best to just have fun right now. Forget all the stupid rules, just go low risk on your trade ideas, because at this point we know how to trade, we know how to read what price is telling us, but we can't force price to actually go anywhere. That's the sad part. Like, in what world does a CPI price action look like this? I don't think I've ever seen this. CPI should be very volatile, quick moves. Here we're seeing price play weird games. It's almost 11 o'clock. CPI was at 8:30. Where's that 8:30 high? Over here somewhere? Right here. You know? So yeah, as long as my risk is small, I have to give this a chance to go. Maybe we get that delayed spike, right? Because price has shown me way too many times that it doesn't want to go lower, and we still have external liquidity, right? We take out the same levels here. What level is this? Okay, so we do have SMT, but as I mentioned, we take out this session liquidity on both, so I'm not really too worried about this SMT. I'm thinking ES should take out this high as well, bro. And I could be 100% right, guys. That's the sad part. I could be so right with my bias, and then the market just takes 6 hours to get there. And then we're like, wow, a CPI day this slow is despicable. So here we are. I'm going to watch this 30-minute candle, because if we keep rejecting here, notice what we did, right? Let's take everything off. We close bullish, but then what happens? We push through this high and then end up closing like a turtle soup, right? If price is continuously rejecting this 24,849 level, which we should get a retest. We're getting a retest now on ES. If we can't break that level, then that's my cue to just kill every idea and just walk away. That'll be my cue to walk away. It's 11 o'clock. As I mentioned, I'll be on stream until 12. So let's see what happens in the next hour. Let's see. Come on, ES. Set the tone here. We need a break. At least a 10-minute closure through will set the tone that, okay, we should start building structure. Similar to what we saw here. This was the first resistance. We got that first 10-minute closure. Price was slowly creeping. We break. Now, if we can break here again, that'll be my cue that, all right, just be patient. Price should keep trending higher. And then, like I said, if we can't close through here, I'm going to get out of here. I wonder what everybody else is up to right now. How are you guys dealing with this price action, man? How are you guys dealing with it? I hope you guys start to get it, though. Like, trading is a scam. It should not be this complicated. And the reason it's complicated is because the market goes above and beyond to manipulate and manipulate and manipulate and manipulate. It's like, bro, stop. Stop. Hey. You know, price should be able to get where it's going, whether it's obvious or not, right? Price should be able to get there and then start working on the next move. Get there, work on the next move. There should be no situations like this where price is clearly bullish, but it decides, I'm going to pull back and wait in here for an hour. I'm going to make a new high, and then I'm going to pull all the way back here, wait for an hour. But I think we're about to close. Okay, yeah, so we just closed this new 30-minute candle. If we look at structure inside of it, we have this up close candle to start off the candle. We have price sell off, hit this previous bullish area, and then start flipping. So if we're bullish, this should be support to go higher. We haven't tapped into it yet. So price could drive back into that down close candle. Same over here for ES. We don't want to see price do that because we've already seen multiple drives. You want to see price start flipping the bearish candles next to it, like this one here, the 1040, and maybe even this 1035. You want to see price get above those and then retest it and show strength. All right, so trading will definitely help you build your patience, though. I'll tell you that. ES starting to take the lead, which makes sense because ES is very far behind. NASDAQ pretty much got all the way up to this session level here. ES got nowhere near it. 5 minutes left in this 10-minute candle. It's very important to see a strong closure through. We get that strong closure through. That should open the floodgates for price to just rip to this high, hypothetically. Or it could stair step and move like a turtle all day long. You never know, right? But A+ read on price. A+ entries. If you ask me, where would I buy? Looking at my notes, these will be my exact buy points. Where would I sell? This would have been my sell leg. All right, I missed the sell, no problem. I caught the buy here. Price was up 150 points or 130 points or something crazy. And then here, the re-entry after price respects this level. And now we're floating again, looking for the next move. All right, there we go. There goes some more speed. I set an alert at this high. I saw your question. 1 second here. It says, how long have I been trading? That's a good question, bro. Like, I started learning back in like 2021, like right after COVID. Hey, 1 second. All right, my bad. But yeah. So, how long have I been trading? I started learning back in 2021, but I don't really count that as a part of my trading like resume. I feel like that's just the education portion. Took me like 2021 to like 2023 of really like learning and trying to figure out what type of trader I am, what markets I want to trade, all that. I cycled through Forex, options, and now here I am on futures. I think futures fits me the best. And then of course I went through a bunch of different courses, a bunch of different videos, trying to learn a strategy that actually makes sense. And so I would say about 2.5 years, maybe 3 years of learning. And then by 2024, that's when I became full-time and I started actually making money trading. So I was like, I could do this full-time. Started like maybe like March, I want to say March or April 2024 is when I started legit trading every single day. New York session, same strategy. And then I've just been building my strategy, making changes since then. And the one strategy, like if you're someone like me who you just really want a system that shows consistency, bro. That's all you really want as a trader. It's hard to find at first, right? There's so many different strategies that people put out there that make you think, oh, maybe this could work or maybe that could work. But after a few months of trying their strategy, you realize, bro, this is not consistent. What you're telling me is only happening, here and there. But the one strategy that stuck with me was the power of three, bro. The accumulation, manipulation, distribution protocol. That right there is what really started to register and help me understand like the anatomy of the market, like how the market truly moves. Like if you look here, almost every move is going to be the same protocol. You got this accumulation here. It's going to look different. It's not going to look like basic sometimes. So you got to be seasoned with your experience to understand what's happening. But you see this accumulation here, price sweeps this low, accumulate, manipulate, and then you started to distribute here at 948. And this is where I got my cue that, bro, if we push back into this zone here, which I have highlighted, if we push back into here and maintain it whatsoever, I'm buying that because I'm anticipating the delivery to step up. And sure enough, right, what happens? Power of three, going higher. The X factor with trading is the actual market speed and the actual market delivery. That's the part that makes trading hard because you could be spot on, bro. Like, for example, let's say this trade never gets back to this high, but you can't tell me we weren't bullish. You can't tell me I wasn't correct with my draw. You can't tell me I wasn't correct with my bias. But sometimes the market is really just stupid, bro. And the sooner you accept that as a trader, the more fun you'll have on your journey, bro. It took me a while to accept that the market doesn't have to be logical. The market could give you the perfect power of three setup and still chop. Or the market give you a perfect sell setup and still stop you out 3 times before it sells off. It's just dumb. So don't put too much energy into trading. Figure out what works for you. Give it a chance to work out each day. And that's it. You'll make money though. There's gonna be times where like the market is very, very clean and very generous, right? And that's why I show up every day, because you don't know when that stretch is gonna hit. It could be this week, it could be next week, where I can't miss. Like every single trade I take just runs straight to TP. But then there's gonna be weeks like this where you see the same trade ideas I've been trading all year decide that we're not gonna pay out today. Sorry, mister. I know you know we're bullish, but we're just not gonna pay out today. And that's just the game we're playing here. So you're not trading full time? Yeah, full time trading is overrated, bro. It's not fun at all. I don't think it's fun at all. There's times where it's a blast, where like I go on my win streaks where I'm hot for like, let's say 13, 14 weeks. But then the rest of the year is like hit or miss. You never know. So I wouldn't say that becoming a full-time trader should be your goal. I would say just be profitable with whatever time you do spend on the charts. If it's an hour a day, if it's 2 hours a day, just find a way to be profitable throughout the year, because you're not going to be profitable every single month. But if you can go like maybe like 7, maybe even 5 or 6 months where you actually make money into your bank account, and then, with prop firms, that helps manage your risk, because you don't have to make money every single month to be ahead of the curve with prop firms, So you get payouts 5 months out of the year, and then the other 7 months you don't make any money, but it's on a prop account, so you're not really down bad, You're still green on the year. But part of me wants to just literally turn off my computer and check this trade later, because this is so pathetic. Did we close above here? Yeah. So every time we close above a significant level, what happens? Price immediately pulls back. So we had this, if I clear this up, we had this initial resistance here that I was watching from the news. We had that news. We had this 10-minute order block. Price rejects it, sweeps the low, pushes, finally closes through here. Then what happens? The very next candle was bearish. And then what happened after that? Bullish. All right. So now we have this next resistance after we made this high. This is your resistance at 24,830. We closed through it at 11:10 a.m. Here we are at 11:15, pushing right back underneath this level, which I have marked out. I can erase this other line. But this is where I want to see price start reclaiming to confirm that we're just slowly trending higher. Just give it time and just hope that it doesn't give you one of those manipulation drops to take you out before continuing. But so far, it looks pretty solid. And here we go, right? So we have this candle. Did we tap into it yet? No, it looks like we're going to tap into this zone here. So the next area of interest for me would be this down close candle. So if you really want to be consistent in trading, this is the secret. This is what made the turn for me, right? Understanding that price usually pivots on candles of the opposite direction, right? So let's look at this bottom. What do you notice? The bottom of this move was started with a down close candle. So if I'm looking for a bullish move, I should be looking for down close candles to start it. So this is where you would say this is a valid pivot, because we went down, failed to go lower, and immediately go higher. Beautiful pivot. Same thing here. We go down. So if I'm bullish, I'm looking for the opposite move to be flipped. And that's going to pretty much give you every single swing point. Doesn't matter where where you're trading. I like the 5-minute chart. It gives a clean flip almost every time, right? And that concept alone helps me to see where price is truly going, right? A lot of people will look at this as, oh, we broke structure, right? But I like the fact that we take out this low, put in this down close candle, and then immediately break structure higher. So now if we drive back into here and we maintain this low, I know I can be buying here. And that's exactly how I drew up my trade today, right? So if you're not consistent, bro, I would say use that narrative and apply it to whatever strategy you've been testing or whatever. It'll help you find pivots. So like, this is why I'm kind of skeptical about this. We have this up close candle. If we're bearish, price is going to start breaking structure from this zone here. This will be a brick wall and price will not be able to get through it. And then you'll see price break structure. You'll see price initially sell off, right? This is your initial move. You don't care about that. The retest into this zone, if this retest in here and we take out this low, I will officially abandon the buys. I will start to believe that price does not want to break this up close candle. Similar to this move here, right? When we got this first move, I'm not trading this. This just becomes an area of interest down here. If we tap into it and break structure, I'm abandoning all the short ideas. And what happened? Price tapped into it, breaks through these highs. All it has to do is wick through those highs. Doesn't have to close through it. Wicks through those. And now I know any return into this leg here, right? These two bullish candles, any drive back into here, I'm looking for a down close candle to become support. You see how this became support? First, it was this candle. We drive into it, break structure. And then instead of price driving all the way back into here, you see something like this, where if I remove these drawings, right? If I remove these drawings, you see price do this. We had this bearish candle, start the move, push back into it, start the next break of structure. So from here, I'm like, all right, price can drive back into this candle, or it could drive back into these two down close candles here. And we see price drive into here and start stalling. And then on the lower time frame, we saw my entry model, which is a simple break of structure and retest. It's not complicated at all. All right, we saw, let's do this. All right, so we saw on the 1 minute chart, we saw once price drove. So every 5 minute zone, I just mark it out with this green box. And then once we broke structure here and we pull back, what do you notice? You're gonna see price break structure on the lower time frame. Here we go, right? Price generates these internal levels, breaks this high. Once that high was broken, I understand that I want to be buying the first pullback. And this is where I buy. My first buy was down in here. Stop tight up under any of these 1 minute order blocks, right? You see the 1 minute order blocks are yellow. The 5 minute order blocks are green. So price is fractal, correct? So whatever I'm looking for on that 5 minute, it'll show up on the 1 minute for a continuation, right? So that's exactly what we get. We get price breaking structure on the 1 minute. Where did that break of structure start? It started from this down close candle right here. We saw price 1 minute is going to be yellow. We saw price expand from this level, pull back right into this level again, break the high. So now on this pullback leg, I'm just looking for price to respect any one of these bearish candles. And what happened? Price pulled back, respected this specific candle here. And the moment we start flipping bearish candles again, I understand that price is telling me it's about to go higher. So I can put my stop underneath one of these yellow zones here and just give price a chance to go. Right? And now look at this over here. We're actually threatening to break structure now. This is starting to look bearish because of this ridiculous up close candle. But you can't guess. You put your stop at a safe place, because price will pretend to be bearish all the way up until extremes, right? It'll pretend like it's gonna break this low, fail to break the low, and then skyrocket. And you're like, bro, why is it doing that? But who knows? Just pick a proper stop loss, put your trade in, see what happens. But it's almost 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, I'm gonna start I may just close it out if we're not in profit. Because at this point it's just wasting my time. First trade right here offered 130 points, so I'm sure some of you guys made money here. I was a bit greedy. I was looking for this exact level, which was about 20 points from where, maybe even 10 points from where I was floating in profit. All right, so maybe I could do better on that on my next trade idea. But one thing I've learned from trading all this time is when you have an idea, bro, and you've seen all that you need to see, don't let your emotions get in the way of holding the trade. So that's what I'm working on this year. That's my biggest point for improvement. Stop cutting my winners early because I'm scared it's gonna pull back. If it pulls back, who cares? But when they do go, like the shorts yesterday, right? Look at the shorts we took at, I think it was around this same time yesterday. Where's my stop at? Hold on, I think I'm gonna cut this, bro. I just don't care to. Let me see. 1 minute zone in here. We found, yeah, this is, my stop's at a good spot. So underneath this level, if it gets underneath here, then I deserve to be stopped out. It may not ever get there though, so we'll see. But when I look at the trade yesterday, right, when you're right, those are the trades that make trading fun, when you're right. If I go back to yesterday, Thursday, around this time here, like 12, I want to say. Yeah, so this is the short I took yesterday. All right, imagine if I would have went into this trade thinking the same, oh, maybe I should just cut it early because it could turn around. It was like right here, I shorted. Yeah, we caught the move all the way down to this low. I think it was the previous daily low. So Wednesday, yeah, it was down in here, all the way down into here. I could have easily cut it at halfway, blah, blah, blah. But where's the fun in that, bro? If I'm confident in that price is gonna go somewhere and I have a good system to get him involved, this was a beautiful trade. Like if I go back and look at this 10 times in a row, I'm gonna take it 10 times in a row. But previously, I would just take my 1R like this and then I would just be happy. But I learned that after like a year or so of doing that, it's way too stressful because the times you go on a losing streak, it's hard to recover because you're only taking 1R. But if you're taking these types of moves, your losses won't hurt you as much. You know what I mean? So I think this is going to be the final piece of the puzzle for me. Just target bigger moves and live with the results. So here we are. I'll let this run until 12 or until I get stopped, right? But decent session, man. Decent week. Everything was clean about this. The only thing I would complain about is the delivery. But nothing about this is telling me to short it yet. So I got to keep the bullish narrative, man. And then you'll be surprised. Maybe an hour from now, we're way up here. And you're like, bro, that's why you just hold the trade until it gets invalidated, man. And it sucks because it's hard to do it, bro. It's not easy to sit here and hold these trades, especially when the market wants to play games like this. All right, guys. So as you can see, nothing has changed. We're still getting a very slow move higher. So I'm gonna go ahead, break down this 30-minute candle here, and I'm gonna actually walk away and get out of the house. See what happens when I get back. But I may ended up moving the break even depending on how this candle looks, right? So when I zoom into this structure, I'm gonna look at a few things here. We have two 30-minute candles to work with. We have this bullish candle and the bullish candle that's currently 8 minutes away from closing. So I'm not gonna worry about that one just yet. It's not closed yet. But the previous candle from 11 a.m. to 11:30, what do you see? You see a ton of bearish pressure inside of this candle, yet we were able to close bullish at 11 a.m. Right? So you got 11 opens here, bearish pressure, but then we start flipping back bullish here. All right, so this becomes my essential stop loss area. I'll make it green because it's 5-minute zone, but there's a 1-minute zone in here somewhere, of course, but this 5-minute zone should hold, and that's why my stop is right below it. All right, and I'm looking for, you guys know I talk about it a lot, but 12 o'clock typically offers a nice continuation or a sharp reversal. So the volume should pick up around 12. And if we're lucky, we'll get that continuation. The EMA seems to be holding up really nicely. Nothing's telling me to abandon my buys just yet, right? But you don't want to be holding trades too long because once 12 o'clock hits, like I said, the chances of a reversal increase. So I got to be careful. Here, I like this level right here as a potential retest. Notice we already retested this zone here. So if I'm bullish and I zoom into this candle here at 11:30, I should see a 1-minute drive. There goes your 1-minute drive. All right, we see price driving here and take out this high, which is another market structure shift. I'm actually tempted to just close this and walk away because I don't want buys. I really don't want to be holding buys too long. If you're on stream this week, you notice that the sells are just way better. The market is slowly crashing. So you want to be more patient with holding your shorts, and then you want to be in and out on your buy trades. I thought this would be an easy draw because of how bearish price has been, right? If you look, we've been selling off so much that we should be able to at least push to this high if we're getting legitimate sweeps, right? Legitimate breaks of structure. I'm like, bro, we could at least push to this high. It shouldn't take long, but I was wrong. We've been in this trade all morning. Still hasn't hit that level yet, right? So I have to be careful here. Looking at this, we drive into this green area. I need price to take out a level that made a low. This is a level that made a low. We take it out. We pull back to this down close candle right here. So this is going to be the key area right here. You don't want to see this level broken. This is your last retest before that break of structure. Price pulls right back into here. This is your 1-minute zone here. Price pulls right back into it, and what do you see? More upside. Pulls back into it again, more upside. So if I'm bullish, I can put my stop at break even for the most part now, and then just walk away. And we should, I'll put a couple bucks. What's $100, right? So that right there puts my stop in a safe place. Literally, price could trade all the way down into here like we've seen twice. We saw price trade all the way into here, still bullish. Pull back into here, still bullish. So you don't want to be trailing your stop like most people do, putting their stop up here on these swing points. Makes no sense. You put your stop where your trade would be invalidated. All right. And from there, like I said, we're so close to my draw that 12 o'clock should push us into here before reversing. But like I said, sometimes price is stupid, so you just gotta be prepared for the worst. In this case, now I'm only risking $100 to make 500. Excellent risk to reward. And I've identified the key area for this bullish idea. And then now we're about to get a new 30-minute candle close. Let's look at what price is printing now. We have 5 minutes left. We're going to get this 11:30 to 12 30-minute print, right? And then from there, you'll see where is our bearish pressure. Here's your only bearish candle right here. We got this bearish pressure here. You want to see price close through it, which we're starting to do. Let's check ES. Yeah, ES doing the same here. Really clean, right? There's no complaints at all. The speed is picking up the closer we get to 12. This is turning out to be very, very algorithmic, which is what I want to see. I want to see the algorithm take me to where price is drawing. There goes the move. All right, now I can take this. It should smack TP here. Notice how the closer we get to 12 o'clock, price starts picking up the pace. Never fails, bro. You'll know if you're on the right side the closer we get to 12. If you're on the wrong side, 12 o'clock will not be your friend. Seriously. All right, so pushing. I'm actually going to update VIP here. Really nice. VIP got a much better entry at about 800s right here. I got in about 13 points later. And this is your VIP trade. There goes that. Almost get stopped out, but that's the name of the game, bro. Safe stop loss. And then here goes your 140 points here. So I'm going to actually alert VIP to kill this trade. No more need for any more stress. We got edged the last time price was up here. So yeah, I'm going to cut this. 1 second. Let me type it up. Download. That'll be 120 points or so, yeah. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the analysis today, if you guys agreed, and you ended up bullish as well, go ahead, drop a like on the stream, and we'll be right back at it next week. Let's keep it going, man. This year has been very solid. It's just very important to stick to our guns and keep it going, bro. You don't want to let past success hinder your future ideas. But we do have a lot of confidence going into this trading year, so let's just keep it rolling. Exit. Cool. Perfect. All right. All right, yeah, with that, 12 o'clock is here. Let's see what happens right at 12. I love how ES is showing that strength. The draw, like I mentioned, the reason I wanted these highs was simply because we had beautiful, beautiful selling pressure. And you saw price start bottoming out. And once we bottomed out, we took out this high right here, this overnight high from Asia. And you saw price try to go lower and fail. So this failure right here tells me that we should be able to target the next session level, session to session, right? And this is why that's my target. We got edged once again, so I don't even care. I think I'm just gonna cut this. 12 o'clock, what are you gonna do? Let's go to 1 minute. Are there any gaps in here that could send price higher? Nope, price is choosing to leak. I don't want to be greedy at the same time. Buys are just trash lately, so you got to take that into account. If you're a buyer, recently you've been getting destroyed. So don't want to have, such high expectations for this buy trade, even though the buyers have been wrecked for days. So it's like eventually the buyers are going to pick up steam. Market can't just be one-sided forever. All right, so now we're underneath this EMA. We're respecting this bearish gap. I need to see price start flipping through bearish pressure right now, or I'm just going to take my $300 and wrap it up. Decent session, excellent analysis. You just want to see price do its part. Can't really complain though. I think today was, if you had the right analysis, you were able to make money, and that's all you can ask for, right? I'm just hoping that TP hits here, bro. Like, reward my patience, please. I could have exited this trade a long time ago. That's the reaction I want to see. Now I want to see 12 o'clock offer this final move here. We got to drive. I'm guessing this is a 5-minute gap or maybe an order block or something. 3-minute gap, 2-minute gap, 1-minute gap. It's not really much there, but 10-minute, 15-minute, 20, 30. Yeah, there's not much here, so just a bunch of order blocks. 5-minute down close candle right here could be our catalyst for higher. But I don't want to sit here too much longer, guys. I think 400 out of 500 is satisfactory. I'll give myself an A+ today for trading when I look back at it. Anything less than 300 though would be kind of, yeah. But I guess, at the same time, every day is not going to be perfect, as bad as you want them to be perfect. Winning days may be smaller than you expect. Come on. All right, yeah, bro. I already know what's going to happen, though. As soon as I get out, it's going to slap TP, and I'm going to be like, and punch air. Come on, my friend. I've waited patiently for your dominance. Show us the dominance here. There we go. 400 sounds pretty good to me, kid. Don't come back down. Just go ahead and finish it off. There we go. I think 400 is going to be my line in the sand here. And there it is. Locked in, a nice gain, and it's going to come right back and take me out. Don't do it. Just finish off. Come on. Come on, kid. You've been wasting hours going lower. Just like you gave us this nasty nuke sell-off. Give me a rocket ship here. You can do it. You can do it. This is so lame, bro. It's like, at what point do you stop manipulating lower? I guess as soon as I'm out, that's when you'll stop. But hey, I'll take it. It's Friday. Enjoy the weekend. I will catch you guys on the flip side. God bless. Make sure you're in church or something this weekend, right? Give thanks to God. Talk to God. Work with God, all that good stuff, bro. And we'll be back in action on Monday, and we'll see what happens next week. You guys take care. I am out of here. All right, cool. Also, I see some of you guys are new here. I'm gonna drop the chat room. You guys want to keep up outside of YouTube? We also have a chat room. Here's the link here. And all the trade recaps and things of that nature are posted in here. All right, there it is. 113 points. Screenshot this for my journal. 5 minute. Drawing liquidity was textbook. If this was a sell, we would have hit TP in no time, but the buyers, this just confirms that, bro, we're about to see a lot of selling pressure for the next few months. I think the first quarter of this year will be very, very weak to start off 2026. That's my prediction, at least. All right, so we're good here. Everything looks textbook. And I am out of here. Download. Cool. All right, guys. Later.